What is the most powerful trait we have? You need power, speed. Let your imagination do the rest.
Undisputed, the Mexican Monster Pack out now.
Boxing King Media. We are joined by Napper, all the way from Dubai. You're not in London this week, Napper. No fighters on the show this week.
Uh, no, I was thinking about going to support Lawrence, but I've got a busy August, so I need to stay at home and sort out some stuff.
Right. Well, I'll start off with that. We'll jump straight in with it. I've seen that you've just announced a fight for. You keep delivering for your fighters. Abraham Nova. You've just
Yeah.
landed a world title opportunity for him. How on earth did you pull that one off?
Yeah, they what was it? Kakachi pulled out, and then I've got in conversations with the guys at Matchroom and then made it happen. Really, God's blessed me with the opportunity of knowing the guys that make the decisions. So I'm a good guy to know for these boxers nowadays.
You do seem to be pulling off opportunities left, right, and centre.
Yeah.
What kind of chance do you give Abraham Nova? He's obviously taking it at slightly short notice.
He's been doing TCL and he had a fight like a month or two ago, so he's in shape. Obviously, he hasn't been like training for a southpaw per se, but he's in shape and he's a strong guy. I think he's a bigger guy, stronger guy. Raymond Ford is very skilled, so he's just going to come apply the pressure and pressure bust pipe. So let's see if he can bust this pipe.
Right. I don't know if you practiced that line or not. We've been saving that one.
No, I used to be an MC, so sometimes
Oh,
it
yeah.
flows.
Oh shit, yeah, he's dropping bars now.
Yeah.
What about the other guys you've got on your stable? Because your stable is growing. What else is
Mm.
next for them before we jump into the juicy stuff?
Yeah, Andrew Tabit is number one with the WBC now at Bridgerweight and WBC Africa champion. Mauricio gave Kevin Lerena a pass to fight at heavyweight against Lawrence, and Lerena will decide what he's doing next after the result of that fight. So if he wins, then I guess he won't be coming back to Bridgerweight, and Andrew will fight the interim champion for the title. If not, we'll try and get Andrew a title shot at Bridgeway. And yeah, that's the main thing. Um, Blair Cobbs and Brandon still looking for opportunities for those guys. I may have a big opportunity for Jerome Pampalone. Just trying to get that over the line against top three light heavyweight in most, no, top four in all sanctioning bodies, the opponents. So trying to get that over the line. And Troy Williamson will be back out next month in Newcastle. Just waiting for the announcement.
Okay, so it is. I see why you've not come then. You've got a busy few weeks coming up.
Yeah,
Um,
okay.
I've managed to entice you in today because I saw a headline earlier. Eddie Hearn's done an interview earlier today, and
Yeah,
the headline reads Chris Eubank Jr. could retire. So the world's gone a bit mad because we're expecting this big fight in September. So we need
yeah,
some clarity, Napa. We can't get hold of Chris. So can you tell us, is Chris Eubank Jr. about to retire?
yes. Come on, bro. Eubank's not retiring. This is the hot stage of his career right now. He's on a high, coming off a. It's strange to say career best win because he has technically beaten bigger names than Conor Benn, but the magnitude of the fight, it was the biggest win of his career, and we're gonna run it again, beat him again, and the next year we want bigger fights.
Okay, so why is Eddie saying this? Then what's the issue? What's the delay?
Eddie Hearn is very good at his job. I want to be as good as him one day when it comes to these clickbaits, little things he says. People were texting me saying, "Oh, did Eddie give you a deadline on the fight?" And I was like, "Well, I didn't receive it. My business partners didn't receive no deadline. Chris didn't receive a deadline. I don't know where this deadline got sent. Maybe he's got my wrong email address. I might have to text him and send him the correct one if he wants to send a deadline." He's just very good at he listen, at the end of the day, Eddie wants to get this fight done. It's the same thing for us. We want to get this fight done. Our lawyers are speaking with Seller. There's a few things that needs to be sorted out, but it's the fight that's going to happen. And as long as everything goes to plan, I'm sure the boxing fans are going to be very happy with the resolution.
Can you give any clarity on the delay then? I'm assuming, is it to do with the rehydration clause?
No, it's not to do with the rehydration clause. It's just, look, on a fight of this magnitude, there's so many things involved, and Chris just wants um, everything nice and clear before we rock and roll. That's all. It's not anything crazy.
And would the date be pushed back? Is it still going to be the date that's been announced?
They said the date, but there's no venue. So that's what I mean. We're just going over where, when, how this fight could happen. So the lawyers are speaking with Seller, and they update us on how they're getting on, and we're just waiting.
So what was this deadline from Eddie Hearn? Why was you given a deadline? And because even I think Conor said,
There was no deadline. It was just a wicked clickbait.
okay,
Yeah. Even I clicked it. I was like, oh shit, there's a deadline.
all right. So so
Yeah,
it's called
so.
pushing a narrative. That's what you're looking for.
Yeah,
That's
he's
what.
wants it done. He wants the fight done. And I get it. I'm with him. So do I. So we're trying to make it happen.
So as you stand, just for confirmation, Chris Eubank Jr. is not retiring. There's some issues or things that are getting sorted with Sella, as you said, and once
Mhm.
they're done, as far as you're concerned, the fight's on.
He's not retiring. He's the number one middleweight in the UK. He's top five middleweight in the world, and we are gonna fight Conor Benn again, and we're gonna win in better fashion next time.
Okay. I don't know if you saw Connor on Ariel Hawani's show with Shakur Stevenson. Did you see that exchange? You know, because I think he
Yeah.
called that Shakur Stevenson.
Yeah, he calls that Shakur Stevenson sometimes, and then Ryan Garcia sometimes, and then sometimes he wants Barrios, sometimes he wants Pacquiao, sometimes he gives Tank Davis nicknames. He's young, hungry, aggressive fighter who just wants to fight, ready to rock and roll. And once he's around any fighter near his weight class, he wants smoke. I understand what type of individual he is, very much like his dad, and he's fun for TV, interviews, and in the ring.
Yeah, you got to rate that hustle. He wants
Yeah.
literally all the smoke.
Yeah.
Um, another potential name, before talking detail about him, I just want to ask you about Hamza Shiraz. What did you make of his performance at the weekend? And yeah, obviously, we didn't speak before, but if you can honestly tell me, did you expect him to win?
No, no, honestly, I thought he should have took an easier fight going into a new um, weight class, but you have to give him credit to the win. A lot of people's like, "Oh, Berlanga was shit anyway." But at the end of the day, like going into the fight, I thought it was going to be a hard fight. So it's just, if going into the fight, you think it's going to be a hard fight, the guy wins, you got to give the guy credit. So it was a good win. Well done to him and his team. Anthony, I like Anthony a lot, cool guy. So yeah, it was amazing.
What did you think of the finish and just the way he handled himself throughout the week and with all the press conference drama, etc.?
It's two different characters, isn't it? Just one aggressive Latino New York bad boy versus a calm, cool, collected boy from where's he from? Ilford, right? East London.
Ilford,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. So yeah, it's just two different characters, and he carried himself well. Did the job. That's the main thing. And to be honest with you, you know, I like when the UK get one over USA. So it was good to see because I go America quite a lot, and sometimes that they not all, but the uneducated people from America sometimes don't realize that, there are other people outside of America that are talented or just as good as they are at sports and even in music. You see Skepta clashing the Americans right now. So, I want the UK to get the one up over USA in hip hop as well.
Nice. Unless obviously it's one of your fighters, obviously. Um, and
Yeah,
and
exactly.
and then with regards to Hamza, obviously there's talk of him potentially fighting Canelo if Canelo beats Crawford. I know Chris's name's been mentioned in the past. I know you've always
Mm.
dismissed it, saying he's obviously doesn't need to fight Hamza, but with his profile now getting quite high, obviously it's still not as big as Chris is, but does it make that fight close in your opinion?
No, Chris doesn't need the Hamza Shiraz win to do. It doesn't do anything for his career. It's not a name. Still, okay, he beat Edgar Berlanga. Edgar Berlanga, all Hamza Shiraz is not a name that Chris is after, that is going to cement his legacy in the sport, that's going to make him a Hall of Famer or anything of the sort. Neither are a champion. Neither have ever beaten a champion. It was a good fight. Hamza won. Hamza was the better guy in the night. Berlanga and his team just need to accept that. But in terms of Junior, no. Like, look, when Canelo fought Ryder, he beat Ryder on points, yeah? Munguia fought Ryder, stopped Ryder. So everyone's like, oh my God, Munguia, this, that, that. Canelo fights Munguia, beats him. Now we don't talk about Munguia. When you beat a fighter in better fashion than a champion, you know, there's going to be a lot of hype around your name. So, you know, Hamza's that guy right now. He's the in guy. He's the guy that everyone's raving about. And it's good because he's British and I'm happy for him.
Good stuff. With regards to Chris, as far as you're concerned, it's 100% Conor Benn. There is no plan B right now, yeah?
No,
Okay.
no plan B. Conor Benn's happening next.
Okay,
The only
great stuff.
way it don't happen is if they don't want it.
Okay. Do you think there's any chance of them moving away into another fight?
Who?
Uh,
Conor?
Conor's team, yeah.
Yeah, if he wants to make less money, of course. Yeah, if he wants to make less money and not make history, like the fathers did and did it twice, then yeah, take another fight. But if you want to make money, and there's no, what fight is he going to do that's bigger than that fight? None.
I suppose it's the same for both of them, isn't it?
Yeah, that's why we're saying we want it next.
Okay,
You know,
fair dues. And just lastly, Napper, I want to ask you about obviously the big fight this weekend. Usyk Dubois 2. The predictions are flying in. So who are you siding with? Can Dubois turn it around?
I'm all out Team Daniel Dubois, all out Team Daniel Dubois, and I hope he gets it done. I like Don Charles a lot. I hope they get it done, man. Bring them belts back to the UK.
I know you say you want them to, but what's your brain telling you?
Listen, originally, okay, so yes, I didn't answer that clear. I want Daniel to win, yeah? But Usyk is a heavyweight that I rate as high as Evander Holyfield, Riddick Bowe, Lennox Lewis, and the rest, and all of that. But Father Time does, you know, when I heard his age the other day, was he 37 or 38?
38.
Yeah. And then I saw a clip a couple of days ago of Daniel like practicing hitting like the body bag, like smashing away at it. So, you know, maybe it becomes of a tactic of like relentlessly going for Usyk's body. Maybe he might fold. Maybe Usyk is not the same person after 24 rounds with Tyson Fury as he was when they fought last time. So fingers crossed. I'm not going to bet on it because every single time I've bet on Usyk, I've lost money. So I'm gonna. My brain is saying don't go against Usyk, but my heart is overriding my brain, and I'm gonna say Daniel's gonna get the win.
Okay. And what about Lawrence? Lawrence has got a really hard fight. Can you see him
Yeah,
toppling over Kevin Lerana?
yeah, yeah. I think Lawrence will get it done. I think Lawrence is better at Lorena at nearly everything. He just needs to be careful. Lorena has power, so just make sure you don't. He stays switched on early on. Don't get caught with no silly shots, and he's a massive puncher at heavyweight, Lawrence. So I think he can get the job done as well. But he can't think that he's not in a hard fight. He is. You know, Lorena gave everyone hard night. He gave Huni a hard night. He gave Daniel Dubois a hard couple rounds. So you just got to be switched on with Lorena, because if he does touch you, he can hurt you. So yeah, that's all there. He just needs to be switched on and that, and I'm pretty sure we get the job done.
Good stuff. That's it, really, Napper. If
Yeah.
can't really think of anything else, thank you for picking up the call and clarifying the Eubank situation, because I think there's a uproar. People think he's retiring or walking away with his millions, but
Nah.
thankfully he's not.
Eubank's not retiring. We're ready to go. Part 2. We're just sorting out the logistics, but don't worry, we're gonna get it done.
Right, good stuff. Napper, thank you very much for your time.
Yeah, man.
The most powerful trait we have. If you need power, speed, let your imagination do the rest.
Undisputed, the Mexican Monster Pack out now.